Ladies and gentlemen, today I stand before you with a message that is simple, direct, and powerful. Don't waste your life in 2026. This is not just another year. This is not just another opportunity. This is your life, your time, your moment to decide whether you will rise or remain where you are. Inspired by the energy and truth of Eric Thomas, I want you to feel this deeply, because this message is not for your ears, it is for your soul. Ladies and gentlemen, time is the one thing in your life that you cannot pause, rewind, or replace. It is more valuable than money, more powerful than talent, and more limited than you realize. Every single second that passes is gone forever. And the truth is, most people don't understand this until it's too late. They wake up one day filled with regret, wishing they had started earlier, worked harder, and believed in themselves more. But you are here right now, in this moment, with a chance to make a different decision. Inspired by the powerful words of Eric Thomas, I want you to understand that your time is not something to spend carelessly. It is something to invest wisely. Every hour you waste on distractions is an hour stolen from your future. Every day you delay your goals is a day you push your dreams further away. If you truly want success, you must start treating your time like the most valuable currency you have. But the biggest thief of time is not the clock. It is excuses. Excuses are comfortable. They are easy, and they are everywhere. People blame their background, their lack of resources, their failures, and even other people for where they are in life. But excuses do not build success. Excuses build prisons. They keep you locked in the same place while your potential slowly fades away. You must take ownership of your life, completely and unapologetically. It does not matter where you started. It does not matter what you have been through. What matters is what you choose to do next. When you take responsibility, you take control. When you take control, you create change. And when you create change, you start building the life you once only dreamed about. Now let's be real. Motivation feels good, but it does not last. You can watch a video, hear a speech, and feel unstoppable for a few hours. But what happens when that feeling disappears? What happens when you wake up tired, unmotivated, and overwhelmed? This is where discipline comes in. Discipline is not about how you feel. It is about what you do. It is about showing up when you don't feel like it, working when you are tired, and staying focused when distractions are calling your name. Discipline is the foundation of success because it does not rely on emotions. It relies on commitment. If you want to win in life, you cannot depend on motivation. You must build habits that carry you forward even on your worst days. And let me tell you something that most people try to avoid. The pain of effort is real. It is hard to wake up early, to push yourself, to stay consistent, and to keep going when results are not immediate. But there is another kind of pain that is far worse, and that is the pain of regret. The pain of looking back at your life and realizing you could have done more, you could have been more, but you chose not to. That kind of pain does not fade. It stays with you. It reminds you of missed opportunities, wasted time, and unfulfilled potential. So you have a choice. Face the temporary pain of discipline and growth, or suffer the permanent pain of regret. One leads to success, the other leads to disappointment. Consistency is what separates those who succeed from those who only dream. It is not about being perfect. It is not about making huge progress overnight. It is about showing up every single day and doing the work, no matter how small it may seem. Success is built in the quiet moments when nobody is watching, when nobody is cheering, when nobody is giving you credit. It is built through repetition, through persistence, and through the refusal to quit. One step at a time, one day at a time, you move closer to your goals. And over time, those small efforts compound into something extraordinary. That is the power of consistency. It turns ordinary actions into extraordinary results. But there is something else that plays a huge role in your journey, and that is your environment. The people around you, the conversations you have, the content you consume, they all shape your mindset and your actions. If you are surrounded by negativity, doubt, and laziness, it will affect you whether you realize it or not. But if you surround yourself with positivity, ambition, and growth, it will push you to become better. You must be intentional about your environment. Protect your energy, Choose your circle wisely, because the truth is, you become what you are exposed to the most. If you want a better life, you must create a better environment. Ladies and gentlemen, everything you want in life is on the other side of effort, discipline, and consistency. But none of it will happen if you continue to waste your time, make excuses, and wait for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. There is only now. This is your opportunity to take control, to make a change, and to start building the life you deserve. The question is not whether you have potential. You do. The question is whether you are willing to use it. Ladies and gentlemen, discipline is not something you are born with. It is something you build, something you train, something you commit to every single day of your life. Most people wait to feel motivated before they take action, but that is exactly why they stay stuck. Motivation is temporary. It comes and goes like the wind. One moment you feel inspired, the next moment you feel tired, distracted, or overwhelmed. If your success depends on how you feel, then your success will always be inconsistent. But discipline is different. Discipline does not ask how you feel. Discipline demands that you show up anyway. Inspired by the relentless mindset of Eric Thomas, you must understand that the real winners in life are not the ones who feel the most motivated, but the ones who act even when they don't feel like it. Discipline is waking up early when your body wants to sleep. Discipline is working on your goals when your mind is full of excuses. Discipline is staying focused when everything around you is trying to distract you. It is not easy, but it is necessary. Because every time you choose discipline over comfort, you are strengthening your character. You are building a version of yourself that is capable of achieving greatness. And let's be honest, comfort is dangerous. Comfort feels good, but it slowly kills your potential. When you get too comfortable, you stop growing. You stop pushing yourself. You start settling for less than what you are capable of. You tell yourself, this is enough, even when deep down you know, you are meant for more. Discipline breaks that comfort. It forces you to step outside your limits. It forces you to face challenges, to embrace discomfort, and to grow through struggle. Because growth does not happen in comfort zones. It happens when you push beyond them. Now think about your daily habits. What you do every single day matters more than what you do once in a while. Discipline is not about one big effort. It is about consistent effort over time. It is about creating routines that move you forward, even when progress feels slow. Some days you will feel strong, and some days you will feel weak, but discipline ensures that you keep going regardless. It is the bridge between your goals and your achievements. Without discipline, dreams remain dreams. With discipline, dreams become reality. And here's the truth. Discipline requires sacrifice. You cannot have everything and still expect to succeed. You must give up distractions, bad habits, and time-wasting activities. You must say no to things that do not align with your goals. That might mean less entertainment, less comfort, and less instant gratification. But what you gain in return is far greater. Focus, progress, and a future you can be proud of. Discipline is about choosing what you want most over what you want now. At the same time, ladies and gentlemen, you must understand the difference between the pain of effort and the pain of regret. Effort is hard. It demands your energy, your time, and your commitment. It tests your patience and challenges your limits. There will be days when you feel exhausted, when you question yourself, and when you wonder if it is all worth it. But that pain is temporary. It fades as you grow stronger, as you become better, and as you move closer to your goals. Regret, on the other hand, is permanent. It stays with you. It reminds you of the chances you didn't take, the risks you avoided, and the opportunities you let slip away. It whispers to you about what could have been if only you had tried. And that pain is far heavier than any struggle you will face on your journey to success. Because regret is not just about failure. It is about knowing you didn't even give yourself a chance. Too many people choose comfort today and regret tomorrow. They avoid the hard work, the discipline, and the sacrifices, thinking they have plenty of time. But time moves fast, years pass, opportunities disappear, and suddenly they find themselves stuck in a life they never truly wanted. Do not let that be your story. Do not let fear, doubt, or laziness rob you of your future. You must make a decision, a real decision, that you are willing to endure the pain of effort now so that you do not have to live with the pain of regret later. That means pushing yourself even when it is hard. That means staying committed even when results are not immediate. That means believing in yourself even when nobody else does. Because at the end of the day, your future is created by what you do today. Ladies and gentlemen, every action you take is shaping your life. Every choice you make is moving you closer to success or further away from it. Discipline and effort are not optional. They are required. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner your life will begin to change. Ladies and gentlemen, consistency is one of the most underrated forces in the world, yet it is the very thing that separates those who succeed from those who only talk about success. People often look for shortcuts, quick wins, and overnight results. But the truth is, real success is built slowly, quietly, and steadily over time. Inspired by the relentless mindset of Eric Thomas, you must understand that it is not what you do once that defines you. It is what you do every single day. Consistency is not exciting. Wait, it is not glamorous. It does not always bring immediate results. In fact, most of the time, it feels like nothing is happening. You show up, you put in the work, and yet you don't see the reward right away. And that is exactly where most people quit. They expect instant results, and when they don't get them, they lose faith. But what they don't realize is that success is happening beneath the surface. Every small effort is adding up. Every step forward is building momentum. And if you stay consistent long enough, the results will come. Think about it like this. If you improve just a little bit every day, those small improvements compound over time. 1% better every day may not seem like much, but over weeks, months, and years, it becomes a massive transformation. That is the power of consistency. It turns small actions into big outcomes. It turns ordinary effort into extraordinary success. But it only works if you commit to it fully and refuse to quit. Now let's talk about your environment, because consistency becomes much harder or much easier, depending on the world you surround yourself with. Your environment is not just the place you live. It is the people you interact with, the habits you observe, the conversations you engage in, and the energy you absorb every single day. If you are constantly surrounded by negativity, excuses, and low standards, it will slowly influence your mindset and your behavior. You may not notice it at first, but over time, it will pull you down. On the other hand, when you place yourself in an environment that encourages growth, discipline, and ambition, it pushes you to rise. When you are around people who are working hard, chasing their goals, and striving to improve, it inspires you to do the same. It creates a standard that challenges you to become better. That is why you must be intentional about your environment. You can not expect to live a positive life while surrounding yourself with negative influences. Ladies and gentlemen, protecting your environment means making difficult decisions. It means distancing yourself from people who drain your energy, who doubt your vision, and who discourage your growth. It means saying no to habits that waste your time and keep you stuck. It means being selective about what you watch, what you listen to, and what you allow into your mind. Because everything you consume shapes your thoughts, and your thoughts shape your actions. Consistency thrives in the right environment. When your surroundings support your goals, it becomes easier to stay focused and committed. But when your environment is filled with distractions and negativity, it becomes a constant battle. That is why you must take control. You must design your environment in a way that supports the person you want to become. At the same time, you must understand that consistency is not about perfection. There will be days when you fall short. There will be moments when you feel tired, when you lose focus, when things don't go as planned. But consistency is not about never failing. It is about never quitting. It is about getting back up every time you fall. It is about continuing the journey, even when it gets hard. Your environment also plays a role in how you respond to challenges. When you are surrounded by the right influences, you learn to see obstacles as opportunities. You learn to grow through difficulties instead of running away from them. You develop resilience, strength, and a mindset that refuses to give up. And that mindset is what allows consistency to continue, even in the face of adversity. Ladies and gentlemen, the life you want is not built in a single moment of greatness. It is built through consistent effort, supported by a powerful environment. Every day you have a choice, to move forward or to stay the same. Every day you can choose to take one step closer to your goals or one step further away. And over time, those choices define your future. If you truly want to succeed, you must commit to consistency and take control of your environment. You must show up every day, do the work, and surround yourself with the right influences. Because when consistency and environment work together, they create unstoppable momentum. And that momentum will carry you to places you once only dreamed of. Ladies and gentlemen, there is something powerful inside every single one of you. Something unique, something rare, something that the world has never seen before in exactly the way you can deliver it. It is your purpose, your calling, your gift. But the truth is, most people go through life without ever discovering it, not because they don't have it, but because they never take the time to develop it. They stay distracted, they stay comfortable, and they stay afraid. Inspired by the fearless mindset of Eric Thomas, you must understand that your gift will never grow if you keep ignoring it. Your purpose is not something that magically appears one day. It is something that is revealed through action. It grows when you challenge yourself, when you try new things, when you push beyond your limits. Too many people sit back and wait for clarity before they move. But clarity comes from movement. The more you do, the more you learn. The more you learn, the more you understand yourself. And the more you understand yourself, the closer you get to your true purpose. But here is the reality. Discovering your purpose requires courage. It requires you to step into the unknown, to take risks, and to face failure. And failure is something most people try to avoid. They are afraid of looking foolish, afraid of being judged, afraid of not being good enough. So they pliss. It's safe. They stay in their comfort zones. They choose security over growth. But safety comes at a cost. It costs you your potential. It costs you your dreams. It costs you the life you were meant to live. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot discover greatness by staying comfortable. Growth demands discomfort. It demands that you try, fail, learn, and try again. Every mistake you make is a lesson. Every setback you face is an opportunity to grow stronger. But only if you are willing to keep going. Only if you refuse to let fear control your decisions. And once you begin to discover your purpose, you must commit to developing it. Talent alone is not enough. Potential alone is not enough. There are millions of people in this world with talent and potential who never succeed because they do not put in the work. Your gift must be sharpened, refined, and strengthened through consistent effort. You must invest time into it, energy into it, and focus into it. Because the more you develop your gift, the more powerful it becomes. At the same time, ladies and gentlemen, you must stop playing small. You must stop doubting yourself and limiting your own growth. So many people hold themselves back, not because they lack ability, but because they lack belief. They tell themselves they are not ready, not smart enough, not capable enough. But those thoughts are lies. They are barriers you create in your own mind. And as long as you believe them, they will control your life. You have to start believing that you are capable of more. You have to start seeing yourself as someone who can achieve greatness. Because belief is where everything begins. If you don't believe in yourself, you will never take the actions necessary to succeed. You will hesitate. You will doubt. You will quit. But when you believe in yourself, you move differently. You act with confidence. You take risks. You push forward even when things are uncertain. And let's talk about playing small. Playing small is when you settle for less than what you are capable of. It is when you choose comfort over growth, when you avoid challenges, when you hide your potential because you are afraid of standing out. But the world does not reward those who play small. It rewards those who step up, who take risks, who go all in on their dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, your life is too valuable to live it at half capacity. You were not created to be average. You were not created to blend in. You were created to do something meaningful, something impactful, something great. But that will only happen if you are willing to step out of your comfort zone and embrace the process of growth. Your purpose is waiting for you, but it will not come to you. You must go to it. You must chase it, develop it, and commit to it fully. And as you do, you will begin to see your life transform. You will begin to feel a sense of direction, a sense of meaning, a sense of fulfillment that cannot be found in comfort or mediocrity. Ladies and gentlemen, everything you want is already within you. The question is whether you are willing to unlock it, whether you are willing to face your fears, to put in the work, and to believe in yourself even when it is hard. Because the moment you do, the moment you stop playing small and start stepping into your true potential, your life will never be the same.